playground.
Hooray!
All right, let's do this. I've had a pre-workout. Even though I'm not working out, I'm just sitting on my ass here to host this podcast. But
That's great.
man, am I on fire. This stuff really gives you a couple of twitches.
You guys on that shit,
Him
man.
and Tomcat.
Creatine.
We are the Outcast podcast. We thank you for listening. We're sponsored by BetterHelp.com/Outcast.
Yes.
It's definitely helped Memphis out. He used to be depressed.
His hair grew quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Very quickly, too.
He went from a balding mid-40s to plenty of hair.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
that's like a welcome side
You look
effect.
young again.
And it does match the drapes, ladies. If you want.
We didn't need to know that.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't help myself. I mean, it was the lane was there.
Well, if that's the case,
I
then
had
you
to
probably,
jump right in. And
you probably
right.
should think about trimming.
Do you trim down there, Memphis?
Yes, I do. I'm manscaped. Yes, I do.
Do you use like an electric razor or do you use straight blade?
Oh, baby.
Hell no.
Straight blade?
I got this little clipper thing that's specifically for trimming
Children,
balls.
children, behave.
Yeah.
Jesus, so juvenile.
What?
You
What?
guys are so
jerks.
fucking juvenile over there, man.
It's jerks.
Man, come on, we're trying to put on a real show here.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are making fun of Memphis and his pubes. Look at Tom. I'm over there looking at Tomcat.
What?
Hey.
I look at Tomcat. You look like you're the bat boy or the ball boy today. You're
Hey, can I get a
representing.
ball? Give me.
No shit. Are you from LA? Or?
You're repping the Lakers.
I
through and
had
through.
this shirt on, and then we had
Lakers.
this hat in studio, which is dope.
Oh, that's prized as a sign?
It is signed, like
Nice.
most things in here.
Yeah, you're gonna get your sweat all over my Shaq signed Lakers hat.
Wow. That value just went
Up.
Yep. Make that noise again. There you go.
Yeah, well, he's wearing the Lakers, I think, to pay homage to LeBron James. We'll be
LeBron James.
talking about that.
James.
Let me
That's
give
right.
you some of the topics that we're going to be talking about. We have a Chinese spy balloon to discuss.
Oh, there is
That's
that.
fun.
We have a lot of sports. We're going to have a little sports talk. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We've also got LeBron James, who broke a record. Some interesting bets you can make on the Super Bowl. So we'll have that coming up. We've also got the State of the Union. If you missed it, Joe Biden. He somehow, some way stumbled his way through that. And we have the Grammys to talk
He's
about. And I hear there is face-off porn. You know, we've always
Well,
got
that
to
made it on the
touch
show,
upon
huh?
porn.
Face off
We
porn.
made it on the show.
Well, we'll see if we get to that, but
I got
that's the
another
last
name
topic.
for it.
What
is it?
What is it?
Is it going to give it away?
Deep fake fuck.
Deep fake fuck.
Man, you always got to go there, don't you, Tom?
Good Lord.
Deep fake fuck.
See what I deal with?
All right, well, let's get into it. We will start with let's start with the Chinese spy balloon.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get it.
I guess this happened last week.
It's over top of us.
The Chinese spy balloon was somewhere off the coast of South Carolina, I guess. And,
That's where they shot it down at.
I thought it was like
That's fun.
I thought it was like Montana or something.
It was originally. It came in, came in down. It came in down. First, it was in Alaska. Then it went up into Canada, and then it came down through Montana, went all down across and out South Carolina. When they popped, then they popped it out there and right off in the Atlantic Ocean, right there off South Carolina coast.
Interesting.
Didn't China say that they were testing the weather? It had really nothing to do with wanting to
They
spy on
actually
Americans.
said it was a civilian weather balloon that was just for testing the weather, but apparently our intelligence people have been watching it since they took it off from the base they took it off from over there and floated it up, which begs the question, why didn't they just pop it when it got near Alaska?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
No doubt. I think personally, just me speaking here, thinking like generally, China is well known for their electronics and things of that nature. I'd find it hard to imagine that they would need a quote unquote weather balloon to spy on America.
Well-
I kind of feel like they have satellites in space.
Yeah, they doing that shit right now.
And that,
Yeah, they have
doing that
TikTok.
right
I mean,
now.
they use TikTok to
exactly.
spy on us.
TikTok.
Sure.
There it is right
and
there.
that what you
All
just
our
said.
electronics.
Yeah, and that was the first argument that came out with a lot of
Yeah.
people. Why would they do that? Why would they waste their time to float this unconventional craft in that has the ability to loiter, right? When they
Right.
have satellites.
Oh, they have so much other things.
They
that we
do,
don't
they
even know
do.
about, I
Or
would
were they
imagine.
just watching our reaction to it? Also, they have these hypersonic missiles that they can't even stop them. They go up in space, right? Are they testing? Because what they said was that this happened 3 times under the previous administration under
Right.
Trump.
Sure.
And they didn't even know. So if they didn't know and they didn't until they went back and they looked at the data and they saw, oh shit, these other things that we thought, these anomalies, these were Chinese weather balloons.
Right.
So people think now they're probing to see where our sensors are, where they're not. So if they do fire one of those in, they know exactly what route to take it to where it's like,
I
ting.
don't think they need that to figure that out.
No,
Like,
they don't.
I think.
What do you think
it
they
could
were
be-
doing with the weather balloon?
I don't know. I mean, we don't. Do we really even know that? Like, what did they say it was?
That's
like,
what they said. They were. It was
What did they say it was?
testing the weather.
They
Like,
called
what-
it a weather balloon.
but-
Here
but-
they call it a Chinese spy craft.
Okay, they called it a weather balloon, but didn't you say something about a personal
Civilian.
civilian?
Apparently it had
Right.
explosives on it.
Civilian?
It had explosives on it. So
Well,
it was a weather balloon.
maybe there were some things that can be combustible. I'm sure, like, with a lot of electronics and things of that nature. I mean, maybe it is a civilian. Maybe somebody built it trying to do something and the wind took it away, or
I don't know whether it
several
was
times,
civilian
and
or not.
and
I think they
think
should have shot it
maybe
down
they
before it
didn't know.
got
Oh, sure.
where it was.
No, I agree with that. But like, maybe they didn't even know it was going to come here. It just kind of got here with the jet stream and all that. Like, because it sounds exactly like
But you
the
tried
kind
stuff
of
like that.
the kind of
though,
the
you know what I
travel,
mean?
the kind of the route that the airstream seems to go at this time of year.
Mhm.
Like, through Canada, from Alaska,
across
down
our
through-
missile
right,
fields
right.
and
Yeah, well,
sensitive bases.
Well, we must have
course.
felt some kind of threat
Ah.
in regards to this
Sure,
balloon
sure. I
because
mean,
the
we should.
Air Force shot the thing down on live television.
Show enough.
They should have.
I watched.
I
that
mean,
shit.
a long time ago, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think we should be worried about other things, probably a little more severe than that. But
What,
Well,
like what?
I don't know. I don't know. But
I
I can imagine
They
that
should be
something
dealing
this
with those
little,
things, but-
something this little, if it were like, let's say, this huge government
Would
ploy
China
of
think it was
China-
little if we did it to China? If we
No.
floated a balloon over China, would they think it was little, or would they?
Nah,
Dude,
they be like, what the
I'm
fuck? They
pretty
be
sure-
mad too.
Pop it immediately.
Dude,
What the
dude,
They feel some
From
kind
what
of way
I heard
about
of
it.
our country, I'm sure we've flown planes that they didn't know about over their country. So let's calm down. I'm sure
And that
there's
is
all
the
kind
sound
of
that
shit
all
that's going
Chinese
on.
missiles make when they take off.
I'm sure every government does shit that they need to do to make sure they feel safe and wherever they're at or whatever's going on. That aside, I'm pretty sure that they can come up with something a little more sophisticated than that in order to pull that off. I think some people are just looking too deep into it, unfortunately. Trying to make a mountain out of a molehill.
There was also a U.S. general who recently predicted a war with China by 2025.
Yeah, I saw that. That was like
Could be
A few
fear mongering.
weeks- a few
Could be
weeks ago.
fear mongering.
I think it totally like I do. What like I mean, unless there's some things that I mean I don't follow a lot of it, and from what I've heard, maybe we owe them a lot of money or something like that for whatever reason. I mean, if that's the case, I don't think people are ready to go to war over money. Like they have tons of money. There's tons of money in the world. I'm
It's
sure
power.
there's
It's about power.
There's some type of resolution to the situation, and they'll find it.
Well,
Maybe at the
apparently they're
last
going to
minute,
try
but they'll
to
do it.
take
They
over
always do it.
Taiwan, and we have told Taiwan we would help them, but if we help them, then
Yeah,
we'll
Then
be
we're in
fighting
war
with China.
yeah.
Yep.
And now with the Ukrainian war, they're looking at that and they're going, well, this is what's happening over here. But a lot of people think they're going to invade Taiwan while Joe Biden is president. And then now with the balloon, they're just kind of like, now they're fucking floating balloons over
Is it
See,
China-
once again, it could
is
be
this
that could be just fear mongering.
China
Like,
is
we
just
we
fucking
really don't know what's
fucking
going on
around
there.
with they
What?
We
doing.
really don't know what's going on over there.
We don't know. So we don't. We should never think. We should just not. We don't know anything.
No, I think
We don't know. You don't know.
I think
Why
you're-
would you worry?
Especially the circles of where you get
balloon.
your
I mean,
news from.
well,
you
I'll say
probably
this
shouldn't
much.
like put your money on that.
I'll say
What?
this much. I
Yeah,
mean, when
you
I
heard
first
me.
got wind of it, I was like, okay, that's not good. Because first I'm like, what the fuck China think they doing?
But we need to
You
know, obviously.
So
you know.
you want to? I'm like, get that motherfucker out there.
Well, they
If
know they
obviously
got
doing
the they
something-
got the shit.
So,
they
I
know
mean-
whether it was a weather balloon
So
or not.
I think
now.
it was like.
See,
I
They're
think for the
looking at
most
it.
part,
I heard somewhere, and this came from somebody that I was just talking person to person with it, because I don't know much about it. I don't follow it because I'm not really putting that much stock into it. If something happens, like All right, whatever. There's not much I can do anyways. I'm not fucking in the military. I'm not going to go fight anybody. But that being said, like, I heard that it was a private company taking pictures of farmland that to purchase because our government was shutting them out from buying any more farmland or properties here in America.
As they should.
I mean, but you know, it's okay for our corporations to outsource our work there so they can get cheap labor.
No, they shouldn't. That should be here made in America.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get involved in a trade embargo with some people, I'm sure, like, if we're doing that, we have some concessions we have to make for them. Like, we don't. These are things that we don't
You're
necessarily
saying, should we
know
decouple
about.
from China? And a lot of people are wondering, should we decouple from China?
I mean, not even decouple, but maybe look into what we're paying to what they paid us. Maybe we can look into different resolutions of paying our debts.
The whole point is, though, really irrelevant because you know how much money we owe China? We owe them a lot of fucking money. A lot of money.
And I'm sure that
at some point the repo man might show up.
Like I said, I'm shocked that they ain't never like, hey man, I need y'all to run that.
See, here's
Memphis
the thing.
is going to tell them no request.
As a country,
you goddamn right.
I think our most valuable asset as a country are the people in it. What are they going to do? Turn us all into slaves? No.
We're the biggest
consumers. By
consumers.
just buying all the companies and selling us products and shit like that. Like, they don't have to come here and take over our country to do that. Like, they're not going to come here and repo the country.
Buying the farmland worries people a little bit because that's that's our food.
Okay, but if people need to sell it and nobody else is going to buy it, like, isn't that American? Like, isn't that capitalism?
No, it isn't when it's national. No, it isn't.
Hold on.
No, I'm trying to make a point.
Hey, you guys can't all talk at once.
And I was making a point.
Go ahead, Tom.
I know you don't want to hear my point.
No one lets you talk.
I know.
Go ahead.
Let me just make a point. When it comes to national security, though, it isn't about capitalism. It's about the fact that if they are our number one geopolitical enemy and they want to basically kill Americans, which they've said, they want to dominate the world. And so we should not be selling them farmland, especially near our sensitive sites. Like they've been buying up shit near like bases and shit. And you can't buy land in China last time I checked. So maybe we shouldn't sell them land here.
Who says we can't?
You can't buy land in China, bud.
From America? You know that for a fact?
Yeah, I know that for a fact. You can't buy land in China.
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
You can't buy.
I can also tell you another story by fact. I have a friend of mine that owns a soccer team over in the UK. Mm-hmm. He sold the team to a Chinese group of investors.
Sure.
They paid 50% down. They came in. They started taking over the team. They started making more payments. Then all of a sudden, my partner tells me, who owns the soccer team, says that this Chinese group disappeared. He couldn't get a hold of them. Come to find out, the Chinese government had told them, you can't invest any more money in any businesses outside of China. You need to keep your money here in China. And so they had to default and lose all the money that they already put down in the payments that they made towards the soccer team.
Wow.
A business partner of mine, and it worked out for him because he got to keep all the money from the Chinese investors
and kept his club.
And kept the club.
Yeah.
But I was amazed to find out that the Chinese government could just say, hey, you've already given these guys a couple million, but guess what? You're not allowed to give them any more money. If you want to invest in something, you have to invest in Chinese companies, not something in the UK. Could you believe that government could do that to you? I mean, it's
a communist country. They can do whatever the hell they want.
It would be nice if we could work together fairly as countries,
sure.
right?
No,
but it
definitely.
always seems like one is trying to game the other. They have been stealing our intellectual property for a while. All I'm saying is America just needs to be smarter about what they do with China. If China's not going to let us buy land there, well, heck, you can't buy land here.
Why would you want to buy land
America
in China
should
anyway?
Be smarter with a lot
China's
of stuff.
beautiful, but
yeah, but I wouldn't want to buy land in China.
Let's move on. One thing here in the States that we are the best at, and there's no denying it, is playing the game of basketball.
True.
And we now have a new man at the top of the all-time scoring list. That would be
awesome.
LeBron James.
That's awesome.
Let's go ahead and play some audio.
LeBron.
Good for him, man.
For those of you that
King.
missed him last night, LeBron passes Kareem to he becomes NBA's all-time scoring leader. Here is the call as heard on ESPN.
Looking for James. He's got it. Coming to the end of the third quarter. LeBron James, a shot in history. LeBron stands alone.
And Kareem leaves. No,
and Kareem is standing up. He's
right there.
courtside, right there.
I watched this live.
To LeBron James.
Kareem flips him off.
yeah.
I saw it live.
You know what's funny about watching this live? It was very weird. The whole ceremony was very weird. It was.
You watch it?
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's what he just said.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing live. It and it was like you would have think it would have been more like, you know, like when Steph Curry broke Reggie Miller, and it was like a big deal. This was a big deal, but it just didn't have that, and it had that sheen.
Well, because the Lakers, I think, are having a subpar season, I think that kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, but still,
slightly.
he's a Laker this past a Laker legend. At home, it was in the Staples Center. Oh wait, no, it's not the Staples Center anymore. It's whatever.
Crypto Arena.
Whatever the fuck it's called now. That place, that .com.
Now, how long did Kareem play?
Not as long as LeBron did.
I was just wondering. I don't know. I don't know how
I
many
would
years
say maybe
either one of them
12
played.
years, maybe
12.
13.
And then LeBron's been there how long?
He's in his 23rd year.
No, I think it's his 20th season.
So what you're saying is
Or
Kareem
20.
still wins.
No,
Well,
no.
okay.
I'm just saying. I didn't know.
Is that what you were
I
saying?
didn't-
Sound like
I- look,
I see what you're saying. Like, it took Kareem a short time.
Kareem played
to do-
21 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, Kareem played.
So how many?
21,
And
right.
LeBron is there? How many is LeBron? LeBron got to be. I thought he was 20.
He came in the league in 2003, so it's 20 years.
Okay,
you know?
so
Yeah,
20 years.
so that's impressive.
so he
he did it
wins.
right
So
around
he
the
did
time.
win.
Yeah,
you know,
so he does win.
that's what I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know how close it was.
Well, it's a good question
I know he
because
played a long
it's
time.
a good
Kareem
question
did.
because you would still be able to argue had he not done it in a shorter time, you
Right.
could have been like, well, you did do
But
it,
you can make other arguments because
can.
there was no
the
three.
league was different.
Well, there was no 3-point shot
That's
at
right.
the beginning of Luau Sender, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's
I like
career.
it. I like it. I
So
like it.
LeBron had the chance to score threes when Kareem didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah, he was a total post guy.
But I will also say that LeBron really didn't have a shot like Kareem. You know, Kareem had that sky hook that no one could stop that shot.
I can do that.
All right, and we can
LeBron
also
didn't
say-
really have
You
a
know what
go-to
else?
shot.
And what else? The NBA, LeBron and them, they got the way the NBA is where you can't really hand check and all that other stuff. Versus when Kareem and them, you get your ass kicked. You know, you get beat up. These players today, you can't touch them like that. So that was
MC Hammer.
Yeah.
That's
So-
that's a factor. But you know, congrats to LeBron James.
So
Hey,
again,
no, dog. Yeah, no. Hey,
that's what
you know, you
Kareem
gotta
was.
give
That
him
when he
his
stood
flowers,
up, that's
dog.
what he was thinking. He's like, man, this shit ain't nothing like it was when I was playing. It was 2-pointers and motherfuckers beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but he was also like a man among a lot littler
Little dudes,
men.
little dudes.
Yeah, like there wasn't
Not
the
really.
the athletic back
In
when
college-
he played. There
in
wasn't really
in,
that.
in college,
Oh,
yeah,
yes, yeah.
but
Back
not in
when
the
he was starting when he
NBA.
playing, yeah.
Yeah, not in the
But,
NBA.
but they, I don't know. I just think athletes are a lot more physical now.
Well, they
But-
take a lot
and
better care of their bodies.
they do.
They have nutritionists. They
Yeah.
have trainers. Back in the day, especially the baseball players, you'd hear the stories of they're smoking cigars. You know, after the
Right.
game, they're
Yeah.
smoking cigarettes
Yep.
in the dugout. They're
Drinking beers.
whiskey and beers. I mean, John
That's what I
Kruk.
would do.
You ever see John Kruk?
John
He looks
Kruk.
like he had a tire
the
around
mullet.
his waist. He was
Yeah.
drinking beers and smoking cigarettes in between innings. You know, nowadays they're not doing that. One thing I will say in comparison to Kareem and LeBron, unlike Michael Jordan, and I'm curious to ask Memphis this question.
okay,
When I think of Kareem
right.
and I think of LeBron, both of these guys have stood up to social injustices. Both of them have been vocal when it comes to politics at times. You did not see that from Michael Jordan.
No, we didn't.
And so when you say greatest of all time and you encapsulate everything when it comes to their lives and careers, would you say LeBron has done more for the community than Michael Jordan has?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, shit, he freaking opened a school in high school in Akron. I forget what is My Promise or something like that.
That's
Promise.
dope. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he got
That
a
was-
school, and those kids that graduate from that school, if they want to go to the University of Akron, I think it is, they can go there for free, or it's Toledo or one of them. Either way, they can go to
Holy
a
Toledo!
They go to a solid school for free. You know, like, yeah, Michael Jordan, man, Michael Jordan, he tried to stay out of stuff because, you know, he was more concerned about his image and everything. You know, it's like you can still have your image and stand for something too. And that's where he got a lot of flack for in the black community. People like, dog. And that's why I stopped buying his shoes for a long time. Because I'm like, I ain't rocking with you like that, bro. You ain't standing up for something. You know.
Well, he always said Republicans and Democrats buy Nikes.
Yeah, like
So,
fuck that. That's a cop
So
out.
he didn't want to discuss politics or get involved.
Well, he have to because people still gonna go out and buy his fucking shoes.
That was before cancel culture.
did.
That was before the internet. With the internet, before the internet, it was
There we
harder
go.
to mobilize a common person to mobilize a bunch of people against a brand. Here we go. What?
Sure.
Am I right? I'm right.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
I agree with that.
So once the internet came, which is kind of after that, then people started with the cancel culture, like, oh, I don't like some. Everybody, don't buy this.
don't buy this, yeah.
And before you didn't
I
have
agree
no
with that.
megaphone, nobody heard you. You could go outside and yell it into the sky all you wanted. Nobody heard you. But with the internet, ping, Johnny Bravo next door gets mad at Nike. Next thing you know, he's on Twitter and starts a fucking movement with a hashtag and fucking boom. Now people are buying. I mean, that shit really happens now.
Well, congratulations to LeBron James.
No doubt.
LeBron
He gets all the
James.
He
roses.
sits alone at the very top. So
That's dope.
congratulations.
Yeah, he
Good
does.
job.
It is the Super Bowl week. Big Sunday coming up.
Ooh, yes, sir.
We've got the Philadelphia Eagles against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
And the Eagles still remain a 1.5 favorite in this weekend's game. I'm excited to watch it. It's going to be televised on Fox, coming to you from Glendale, Arizona at State Farm Stadium.
AZ.
Super Bowl 57, and it kicks off at 6:30 p.m.
Are we allowed to call it the Super Bowl? They be getting mad and stuff.
Yeah, well, we're not trying to.
Who gets mad?
The NFL.
If
does.
you're doing something to like a promotion or something,
Yeah.
you can't attach the Super Bowl to your promotion because
How about-
they have a copyright on the brand.
How about lame game? Sounds good.
How about the big game?
Big game.
Just kidding.
Patrick Mahomes still banged up with that
My
ankle.
homeboy.
Another storyline in this Super Bowl, you have brothers, the Kelsey brothers, one playing
Yeah.
for the Chiefs, one playing
Yeah.
for the Eagles. So that's a storyline going into the
Were
game.
these the first two brothers ever to play in the Super Bowl against
No.
each other?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think it
No,
is.
well, I mean,
think
it
I heard
wouldn't-
that.
To play against each
play
other in the
against
Super
each
Bowl.
other.
That's
I don't
what I
know. We have
think.
to look
If we
that
could
up.
get J&J
heard
back in
that
our
somewhere.
stat department to look that up, have we ever
Yeah.
had siblings play against each other in a Super Bowl? I don't think they ever have.
Well, we had the two coaches, Jim and John
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
Jim and John Harbaugh coach
That was a
against
really
each other.
good Super Bowl, by the way. I was just thinking about that the other day. Baltimore and San
They're
Francisco.
definitely not softballs.
Not
Yeah.
getting to the Super Bowl, I tell you.
Nah.
Patrick Mahomes, he's going to 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. The last 3 Super Bowls, he's
Yeah.
been in 2 out of
He's
3.
good, man.
It looks like
Yeah.
maybe he may be taking the baton as the greatest in the league after Tom Brady leaves, but I think there are other quarterbacks that might have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah.
Will his ankle be a problem?
I don't know. We will find out coming up this Sunday. Sunday.
Jalen Hurts has got a bad shoulder, too.
Oh, that's right.
His shoulder hurts.
All right.
I get it.
This is coming from Jacob in our research department.
Okay.
Travis and Jason Kelsey will become the first brothers to play against each other in the
okay.
Super
will.
Bowl.
Look
Yes.
at that.
Where
I
do I
thought
get
so
this
was
shit
sure.
from?
So mama going to have to wear like
The
a split
internet?
jersey.
That's right.
It's on Facebook.
Also, the TV. I
Yeah,
watch.
that too. You watch ESPN?
I watch a lot of TV.
Nice.
Yes.
So they're going to have like all their family there and they're going to be wearing like split jerseys and shit.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I love
do you
about
do,
the
though?
Super
That's
Bowl?
awesome.
What?
What?
Couple things. One is the food. You know,
Food is
I
good.
love.
Oh, yeah.
I love all. I like making some meat bowls. I like to make the chicken
the
wings.
meatballs.
No,
I like to
let me
order
guess.
some pizza. You know, it's a one day where you can really veg out and just sit around and watch the game. The other thing I love to do is gamble my money away.
Oh, no.
So there's a lot of bets out there. Maybe we can kick it around here on the Outcast podcast. And there's always some fun bets when it comes to the Super Bowl. So here are some of the kind of wacky wagers you can make. One is they've actually put odds out on how many hot dogs and beers will be consumed at State Farm Stadium. Tell me if you're taking the over or under, Ramo. Do you think there'll be over or under 114,999 beers sold at the game? Let me see how many it holds. How many people?
Yeah, how many people fit that stadium in Arizona?
does
Phoenix.
State Farm Stadium hold? Because the number is 104, almost 115,000. It holds 63,400. So
That's
is
everybody drinking a couple beers.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
everybody in the house is going to have 2 beers.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Philly's in that game. Hell yeah, they're going to way surpass that.
so you're
They
taking
gonna
the
drink-
over.
He's taking the over.
Definitely.
Well, them folks from Kansas City, don't get it twisted now.
Well, yeah,
They
exactly.
really party. I mean, they say
Sure.
they say Kansas City is their stadium is the only one that sounds like a college stadium, like that whole atmosphere, everything, and they party. So shit, I think I'm gonna go. Shit,
You're going over it, but you got to think there's kids there. There's people that don't drink, but then you have the alcoholics that
the children?
pound a
Fuck
bunch
them
of
kids.
beers.
There's not going to be a
They don't
lot of
need to be
them
there
there.
And then you think about the luxury suites. I mean, think about the beers that are being
You're gonna be
poured in the
getting freaking
luxury suites.
Plow, dude.
So that you can bet on that actually, how many beers are going to be sold on the Super Bowl Sunday. Then you have the number of hot dogs. They're assuming there won't be as many hot dogs consumed as beers. They're only at 16,999 hot dogs.
That Ramo's gonna eat on Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'll be at home.
You guys taking the over or under on 16,999 hot dogs?
I'm going under on the hot dogs.
Hell yeah, because they got pizza,
Those things are
and
Yeah.
pretzels.
I'm gonna
and
take the over.
chips
I'm gonna go
and
over
all
on
kind
that.
of shit.
Over on the beer, under on the dogs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over on both.
Okay.
Over on both.
The next bet
You
is,
think?
I guess Andy Reid really loves cheeseburgers, and
Yes,
they
he
say
does.
that every
He
time he celebrates,
Looks like it.
he likes celebrating with a nice, good American cheeseburger.
I'm with
Not
him,
bad,
dog.
man.
Shit,
Listen.
amen.
So one of the things you can actually place a bet on for the Super Bowl this weekend is, will burger or cheeseburger be said by Andy Reid at any point during his interviews during the Super Bowl?
I'm pretty sure he got a play named Cheeseburger.
You think that when he's being interviewed that he'll mention cheeseburger or burger?
If they win,
If they win.
yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't win, obviously not.
All right. The next thing is, who will be shown first after the kickoff? Will it be Travis Kelce? Will it be, what's the other Kelsey's name?
Well, his mom, his
Mark,
brother,
and
and
it like Mark or some shit.
Yeah, it's his brother, his mom, or his dad. You can actually bet on it.
they're showing mom.
You think it's going to be mom?
Yeah. And
If-
if dad is by mom, they're showing mom and dad because I know that was one of
Probably,
the
yeah, the
picks.
parents.
And
yeah,
if
sure.
if mom's
For the whole
any
family.
kind of way, any kind of hot, they gonna be on her like the lot of the game.
You're gonna be on her.
No, I'm
this
serious.
guy.
Y'all know how they do. They do it all the time. What
wanna
are
be
you
on
talking
you.
about? Y'all, you don't act like as if y'all ain't never been watching the game, and then they keep talking about this one particular lady that's in the crowd, and they keep going back to him like, "Wow, so and so mama, she's a looker."
Oh, man.
Do they do that?
Hell yeah, they do that. Listen, and it'd be funny too. It'd be funny as hell, but they do that shit. So
That's
I
great.
think if their mom is cute and she dressed somewhat
Her name's
nicely,
Donna. Look
if-
out for Donna.
So if Miss Donna, if Donna Kelsey, yeah, if Donna Kelsey, if she kind of can y'all research? Can y'all pull up a picture of her? And we need to see this.
You
We
need
won't
put
be
it
able
in
to
the-
see
he's
it
gonna
from
put it in
here.
the bank.
Oh, that's right, but everybody else can see. And if she's cute, I'm telling you, she gonna get at least a minimum of 10
So
10 looks.
let's ask the question. Let's just elephant in the room. Let's take care of that. Would you hit it, Memphis?
He doesn't know what she looks like, so that's a
I
I
yes.
don't think it matters.
That's a
anymore.
yeah. That's what I said. What's she look like? Fuck it.
Yeah. That's hilarious, dude.
Can't ask me that while I'm drinking
No,
water.
I don't think he
asshole.
would, to be honest with you. I'm looking at a picture, and I know that on the video we're putting a picture up there, maybe 25 years ago, but it looks like Mrs. Kelsey, maybe she's getting.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
We're talking about Memphis here.
Nah, we good.
Well,
we're good.
It's a nice jersey though.
It's a nice jersey. Wow.
Double up.
All right, the next thing you can bet on is the MVP speech odds.
Okay.
Who will win the MVP? One, and also who will the MVP mention first in their post game speech? You know, people like to thank. Well, the things that they could thank is their teammates, number one, or their team. The next is the city. Will they thank the city first? Would they thank their family first? Would they thank God first? Would they thank the coaches first? Or would they thank the team owner first? Now, Tomcat, you just won the Super Bowl. You're the most valuable player. Who are you thanking first? Congratulations, Tomcat. You've just won the Super Bowl. Who do you want to thank?
Teammates.
Teammates first.
The coaches, the fans. God, first, I think you can thank God first. I go, first I want to thank
Boom.
God.
Boom.
Then I'm just trying to think of what I see him say. First, which I would thank God first. First, I want to thank God. Then it's family, teammates, friends, the fans.
Oh, who would
Couldn't
you,
do it without the fans.
who would you thank first, Memphis? Who's you thinking first? God? You have your teammates. You don't believe in God, I don't think, do you?
no,
I
he's
don't-
Jehovah's Witness.
I'm not a
he
goddamn
believes
Jehovah's
God,
Witness.
but not Jesus.
I don't believe in I'm
In
not
Jesus Christ, our
Yeah,
Savior.
yeah, yeah.
I ain't none of that. I believe in the universe and shit like that, of course. But if it were me, I'm gonna thank the creator. You know, by whoever the creator is. You know, I'll leave it up.
Is that what you would say?
You believe in a creator.
The unity.
Yeah, but that's the universe in my
all.
opinion.
Huh?
That's the universe in my opinion.
The creator.
It can have so many definitions.
Yeah,
Why define it? It's intangible.
Yeah, it's
much like your glasses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't
my
even know
God.
what that word means. I just
You
use
guys
it.
are weird.
Tangible.
So I would think I'll start with the creator. You know, I definitely think
Tyler,
that,
the creator. No,
yeah, I mean, if he's around, if I see him, if he's outside, hey, Tyler,
Is that your boy?
motherfucker, there you are. Hey, you too. Call me if you get lost. That was dope album. Yes, it was. Then I would think like the teammates, you know, and the organization, and then
Miley Cyrus.
Nah, she didn't want to give me none, so no, she don't get no thank you. She played herself. Then I'm like my family and everything. But I do think the first thing they'll say is not who they think. They're gonna be like, they're gonna say, "Oh man," and then they're gonna go on to thank you. I just watch.
Oh yeah. Oh man, for sure.
That's what's gonna be the first. Oh,
Oh
man.
man,
Why you over here looking like Eazy-E?
he is right.
I'd be doing like
With them locs.
in my speech after winning the MVP, it would sound a little like Ricky Bobby.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Remember when he was like, and I'd like to thank my smoking hot wife, and I'd like to thank
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Pizza Hut, Burger King.
What your church say?
Texas Walker Ranger.
Yeah, your church say, "Oh, have a nice day. Want to thank you too for being here." I like it. I approve this message.
And then finally, the national anthem. It will be Chris Stapleton who will be singing the national anthem. Do you guys know who Chris Stapleton
Yeah,
is?
Tennessee whiskey guy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
song. Oh,
He's-
boy.
I love it.
He's going to be singing the national anthem. The odds are out that it's going to take him 119 and a half seconds. That would be a minute and 40 and a half seconds.
He's really
Now I'm
blowing
going
through.
over on this because he's a country dude and they're slow. So he's going to take his time and be like, sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over also.
You guys think it's going to
Be
be
slow.
a slow groove? What about you, Ramo? You going over or under 119 and a half on the anthem?
I think he's gonna sing it at normal pace.
Which is
So what do you think, over or under?
I'd say under.
He's going to go under.
Yeah.
To say the singing the national
So you say he's
anthem?
going to be shorter than that?
No. I mean, he'll be probably
He ain't
hit
gonna
it
put
right
no
on. Maybe
umph on
probably
it?
over. Yeah, he'll probably.
Yeah,
No, but
like,
I don't
come
think. I
on.
don't think he's gonna
Man,
do
you're
it.
a terrible,
indecisive
terrible
motherfucker.
gambler.
Golly.
I don't
Rainbow.
gamble. I don't
Can't make
gamble
his
because I
line
ain't got
up.
money. But
So indecisive.
that
Make his
aside,
line up already.
that aside,
Golly.
I don't think he's gonna do anything like
Racist?
ridiculous.
Yeah, let's
Oh
hope
no,
not.
he might do that. He's gonna actually sing the second verse.
The
No,
second
it's the
verse.
No, it's the third.
Is it the third?
It's the third stand. It's the third stand.
Oh, okay.
We also have Rihanna that's going to be
That one.
performing
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's
halftime.
right.
at the halftime. I can't wait to see Rihanna.
Yeah.
And is she doing it all by herself? I haven't heard any other names. You know, last year we had Eminem and Snoop.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
That was
really
That was a
good.
lot of fun.
See, that's what Atlanta should have did when they had it. They should have had it. All the artists from Atlanta, freaking Outkast.
But
Freaking the
Andre
country
3000
boys.
just left Big Boy high and dry at the
The Grammys.
Grammys.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
We'll talk
yeah,
Well,
about
I'm just
that.
saying, I don't think Outkast would have
And
been there.
I don't think,
One of 'em.
unfortunately, like they're great. I don't think they're as celebrated as Snoop and Dre.
Outcast?
And, yeah, no.
In Atlanta, I think they
Sure,
are.
of course. Yeah.
What
yeah,
about
no,
these
hands down.
Outcasts?
Oh no, we
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They
People
ain't
love
even-
us.
They ain't
All right.
jamming with us.
Let's
dog.
talk
We-
about the Grammys. It was the 65th annual Grammy Awards, and it was a night filled with history making.
the Grammy.
Queen Bee, she's now the queen of the Grammys.
All the Grammys.
She has more Grammys than anybody in the history. I thought the Grammys didn't like black people. How does Beyonce have more than anyone? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I guess over the years, she in multiple categories.
Man, she ain't been
just-
black since Destiny Child. No, I'm kidding.
And then what does Jay-Z?
I'm
Jay-Z
joking.
holds the
His
title
name
too. What's
is
Jay-Z's
Ramo
title?
G. Give him up. The Beehive is
kidding.
coming for your
Honestly, I'm
ass.
kidding. She's an amazing artist, dude. And she deserves every accolade she gets, especially from where she came from. She has a beautiful voice, and she's an amazing artist. All her music is great. Like,
And she a Virgo.
Yeah,
Word.
she is definitely.
Word.
Gentry,
Although
what was
I
the,
don't necessarily agree with the electronica one.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one either.
But I mean, I can't say she doesn't deserve it. I don't make that decision. So
so
if
you're
they
saying
gave
that
it to her-
she you don't think she had the best electronic dance song?
Well, her
I haven't
album, that
heard
album
all
is
of
not
them, but
even.
I-
it's not a dance record.
Yeah, I'd
it's
have
not a
to
dance
imagine
record.
that people that make that type of music entirely and consistently, like all the time.
Felt a little slighted by it.
Well, they probably have some music that's really, really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like really accepted by that particular
And they
community.
yeah.
You know
So,
what I'm saying?
I mean,
That they're
think
like,
about-
the fans probably feel slighted a little.
Right, because I mean, like for me, like I play a lot of that kind of music, and so when I heard the album, I was like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
cool. It's
Do you think-
groovy, but it's
It's
nothing
cool. It's like
dancey.
Drake's house album that he put out. What,
And that was
the end of
not
last
even-
year.
and
It
that
was
was
just
not-
all right. It was cool. Like,
It was not
couple
all right
tracks
or
were dope,
cool.
the
It was
remix.
not a house album.
Yeah.
That
Do you
Do you
album
think they
was
wanted to be
trash.
the ones to give her that award that night, so they just gave it to her?
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
they should have gave it to somebody else. She didn't deserve
But
that.
I'm not gonna say she didn't deserve it.
I will.
I just
She
think
didn't deserve it.
somebody else probably feels. So other fans
basically
probably feel
saying
slighted.
she
of the
didn't deserve it, is
Fans
what-
of the music
It's
probably
okay to
feel
say
slighted that are really committed to those particular artists.
It's okay
And
to
that
say
was the
she didn't
category,
deserve it.
Gentry? What was the category?
The category I think was Dance Record of the Year or Dance Single of the Year. She won a few Grammys.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
won a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's the one.
And now she
shouldn't have.
has 30, I think it's 32 in total. So she's got more than 32. She's got more than anybody.
Yeah.
She passed George Solté, who was a opera recording artist. And his last piece that he put out was
Yes, Salty
1997.
George.
George is salty.
Yeah.
Next on the list. Next on the list is Quincy Jones with 28.
All right.
Ooh,
Then Alison Krauss, a country singer.
Mhm.
She's got 27.
nice.
You got a bunch of people you've
Crash.
never heard of. And then Stevie Wonder's at 25. U2,
Never heard of him.
U2 is at 22.
That's cool.
Vince Gill has 21. Jay-Z has 24.
Nice.
Okay, so 24.
Is he the highest rated
Rap-
rap?
He's the highest rated rapper. Next
I
is
knew it.
Kanye West with 21. And then next is Kendrick Lamar at 17.
He's getting
Next
there.
is Eminem at 15. Next is Pharrell at 13, if you're looking at
Nice.
rappers.
That's quite amazing to see these two people. They're a couple. And she has the most Grammys for female.
They're a power couple.
For everyone.
For
They're-
everyone.
they're a total
And
power
he has
couple.
the most Grammys
She's an
for
amazing
rap.
artist, dude. She
It's
can
just,
sing.
well, they are both. But the
Yeah.
fact, just
Sure.
the serendipity that those
Yeah.
two people and they're together,
Yeah.
it's pretty, that's the astronomical
They're a power
odds.
couple. Yeah.
Some other highlights from the 65th
typical,
annual Grammy Awards. Bonnie Raitt won the award for
Yes, she's
Song
awesome.
of the Year. She's a throwback artist from the 70s and 80s. I've
Big
never
time.
heard the song. Let's give it a
I'd
listen.
like to
I
throw
like
her
it,
back
yeah.
there. No,
this
just
one is called. Do you guys know this song?
No.
I haven't heard
This
it.
is the
I don't
song of
think-
the year, according to the Grammys. Here it is. It's called Just Like That.
Excuse me, ma'am, maybe you can help. The directions weren't so clear.
Bonnie Raitt.
Ton-
I'm
Re-
looking
country
for
record.
Olivia Zane.
This is the song of the year, according to who?
They said I might find
No.
her here.
I'm gonna
I
have to
feel
hear
like
the hook.
I feel like I'm walking through a field of leaves in
Well, I
Tennessee.
looked pretty
You are.
hard and asked him
It
what
feels
she's
like
got
it's
he's
fall.
looking for.
I like Bonnie Raitt, but
Oh, I like
man,
Bonnie Raitt, yeah. Not
I'm
for
not sure
regular,
about this.
Not for song of the year, no.
Yeah, it's kind of
Said
pretty.
there's something
I would
This is a
imagine-
good song, though. I like it.
I would imagine as an award show that is very politically driven from the
But
music
how
industry.
though? But see, I don't see how
in the
that.
music industry.
What was she
I don't
talking
see,
about?
I don't
I
see
don't know
how.
either,
I don't
but-
know, man, because
It is though.
for Bonnie Raitt, because she also won album of the year.
She's a great
Oh,
artist.
she won Song of the Year. The album of the year
Wait.
went to Lizzo for that was Record of the Year about damn time. Excuse me. Lizzo won Record of the Year. They have Record of the Year, they have Song of the Year, and they have Album of the Year.
Oh,
The Song of the Year was Bonnie Raitt.
okay.
The Record of the Year was About Damn Time by Lizzo. And the coveted Album of the Year was Harry Styles and Harry's House. Those were the three big ones.
Okay, that's I thought it was regular. Okay, I had it backwards, but yeah, the Beehive was
Interesting.
mad because they just knew that Cuffit was gonna win, and yeah.
So that's the
Bonnie
Grammy
Raitt sitting there
Awards.
like, I beat that bitch.
No, I think the Grammys. I watched it. Some of the things that were the highlights I thought was the 50th anniversary to hip hop.
That
It
was
was
the only
great.
reason I looked at it.
And they had all of the rappers, all the rap groups killed it. They were all together except for Outcast. Andre 3000 wasn't there. And then right after they did all of the old school rappers, they threw it to Lil Baby, and then that went off the rails because then it went to Glorilla. And it was kind of weird for me because I'm watching all the older rappers, and they're going off, and then they flipped it to Lil Baby, and it was just kind of I could see where they transitioned it, but
when I tell you when we
Was
watched
that
it,
awkward?
it was a little weird.
Let me explain it to you, Rainbow. When we all watched that, everybody that watched that, I mean, from the start with Grandmaster Flash and when
Queen Latifah.
I mean,
Salt and Pepper, Busta Rhymes, all of them out there.
Too
Run DMC.
Short, Scarface was out there because Big Boy wasn't just the only one because Willie D wasn't there.
Ice-T.
Ice-T was there. Public Enemy.
Public Enemy was the best.
Public
Enemy killed it,
Nelly
dude.
was there.
Oh, dude, they
Method
looked
Man.
the same.
I mean, it was
Flavor
like
Flav there?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and they looked great.
It was
dude.
insane.
Those two looked amazing. They were they probably looked the most like they did. Like
Yeah.
you were like, damn, watching a Public Enemy video from back in the day.
When I say
The
Rainbow
same.
Crack, everybody killed it, and that place was rock. I mean, the Grammys probably never rock like that.
Well, Bad Bunny killed it too.
Bad
I think
Bunny.
Bad Bunny might have had it going.
Nah,
the
Bad
most.
Bunny ain't had nothing.
You
want
to talk about a group
was
of people
going.
that have been blocked
Bad
out?
Bunny
He's a
had nothing
hater.
on
Yes, he's a hater.
I know.
I'm not.
I know black people are upset that they've been blocked out of the Grammys. I think the Latin people should be more upset. I mean, there's definitely
They have their own.
Well,
It's called the Latin Grammys.
Yeah, they got the
I
Latin Grammys.
understand, but they don't ever win the white Grammys. That's
Yeah.
why they gave them their own Grammys because
Well,
they don't give
I
them
think
any.
they
of
But this
the-
year they had Bad Bunny.
Wait. Well, what the
And he
fuck?
killed it.
It's a
So what
different
the fuck?
music.
So then why black people don't have the black Grammys?
They could.
They do. They have the
do.
BET Awards.
No, that's BET.
And also
That's
there's another
network.
one too.
That's-
What a jackass.
And the BET Awards.
There's that.
I haven't watched BET Awards in a while, but the BET Awards.
They have the Soul Train Awards too.
Soul Train Awards.
Yeah, but Don Cornelius
award
isn't
shows
around
are better
anymore,
than
man.
everybody's award shows anyway. Everybody.
So,
knows
but
this.
They do have the White Award show. It's the CMA Award
Yeah,
show.
and
It's
that's
called
why
every
That's
goddamn award show
exactly-
on television.
Well, then they had this award show was heavy. With Sam Smith was there. I don't know if you saw
That shit
Sam
was
Smith's
weird,
performance.
dude.
And
He's
he
a
had
weird guy, that
a
Sam
very
Smith.
satanic
shit
performance.
was
I
weird.
guess the
Really?
song,
For that song,
is about
Unholy. It was
a guy cheating on his wife. So the song is about
It's
cheating
unholy.
and everything. And but the way they depicted everything, of course, was he had the horns on. Everything was in red, and they had the fire, and it was just like you're in hell. And then he had a chick with him that
But she's
came
a
out as
transgender.
trans.
Yeah.
And they were like, she's come out as trans, and she, I think it was, so he's a she. He's a she.
It's
So
confusing.
she's a she now.
Yeah.
And that
Get it right. Get it right.
I know I had to get it right.
It's crazy how much pressure they put on you.
But
Like,
I don't know.
I gotta get
my
it
whole
right.
thing
Like, you
was
know
just
what
say
I'm
they.
saying?
my whole thing was just if you want people to not think things are all crazy and promiscuous, why do a whole like satanic themed thing right as you're like, all right, I've come out as trans and we're gonna do this satanic themed
And it was
song,
sponsored by Pfizer.
and it's on at 8:00, like a family programming sponsored by Pfizer, which is
It
also
totally
weird.
was so funny as
I don't know.
fuck.
It's just weird. Like it's
Pfizer,
like
ain't that Pfizer?
if you want people to be like, we want people to be accepting of this, and then it's
Yeah.
like boom, immediately satanic fucking shit. It's like
Oh.
you know that's gonna piss people off. Like
Let me
it's
say
just like
this.
what the
Well,
fuck.
Let me say this
Go ahead,
before.
sure.
Let me say this before we pass on it about the hip hop thing. The point was, it was rocking so much when it got to Lil Baby. What's that girl name? What's her name?
Glorilla.
Glorilla and Lil Uzi. It went from like this train wrecked. I mean, it was everybody was like, wow. And it was supposed to be the passing of the torch, and they fucked up. Like it was bad. It was just bad.
That's a lot of pressure.
No,
And that's
no,
subjective.
no.
That's subjective.
Kendrick
I
Lamar
wouldn't-
sitting right there. You mean you can't get J. Cole? You can't
Yeah.
call
They
Drake?
might have not have wanted to do it.
No,
though.
no. They would have done that because to be a part of that, that's history. You get them three. What?
No, I totally get what you're saying.
Lil Baby, listen, and I don't got nothing against them personally, but their music is just not good.
I like some
It's
Little
just not
Baby
good.
songs.
And if you're gonna do
It's
the-
all subjective.
it's
though.
not subjective. It's
totally
it's not subjective. Listen,
All right, whatever.
if they were trying to make the
Give me that
bridge to the
definition.
no, listen. If they're trying to bridge the gap from like the old school, new school
Sure.
thing, they picked the wrong artist to do
Perhaps.
it. But Lil Baby, that new chick who ain't been around for a minute, and then Lil Uzi, who didn't say a word, he just ran out and jumped around.
That was weird. He didn't even rap though. That was weird.
You mean
he
to tell
just came out with like
right? You mean to tell me
you got to rap if you got to rap?
You can't tell me when it went from the Locks. And J. Cole came right behind him because that's how the transition was. It was the Locks.
Let me ask you this. Do you think they were setting the new people up? Like they booked it like that?
I think they did.
To like kind of set them up a little bit to show the audience and let them take the training wheels off.
I think they did.
Let's see if you can.
They needed to do that. They needed to do that because these artists today, I don't care what you say, Ramo, because these new artists, they got if they want people to support them like that, they got to put out better product. I don't
disagree with that.
It is not subjective. It's the fact is like, look, I want to support Lil Baby because I know his following, but his music don't work for the people I rock with, and I want it to rock that way. That new chick, I'm just not fucking with her. And Lil Uzi, that I want to rock the song he came out to, I like that joint. That joint's dope. You know what I mean? But you would see like with 21 Savage, when he did that joint with Nas, now we know you can rap. I don't want to hear you talk about no other bullshit before you did that. Now that we know that you can actually deliver, that's what we want. You can still keep your audience, but you cannot water down the product. And hip hop has been watered down for a long effing time, and people just let it go.
All right, let it go, Memphis. Let it go.
Yeah, because that shit pissed me off.
Speaking
bro.
of subjective, did Joe Biden
subjective.
do a good job at the State of the Union? That could be subjective.
It's completely
Depends on who you ask.
Who watched the State of the Union? Raise your hand.
nobody.
I didn't watch it.
Okay, well, I
Joe
guess I'm
Biden
the only
is-
one that can talk about it.
Joe
I ain't
Biden
watching
is
that
not
shit.
that entertaining.
No.
Therefore, I'd rather watch an entertaining president. He is kind of entertaining sometimes when he flubs on his words and seems like he's a little out of it.
He's kind of old.
But the highlights that I
It's a little
saw,
old.
from the State of the Union, it seemed like these not even grown, they're like elderly. They're elderly people that are acting like children.
I agree.
I mean, you look at their
Totally.
faces, they act like little babies.
How many of them you think in the audience actually wear like diapers or some kind of depends?
Probably quite a few, actually.
Hell
out there.
yeah.
So.
Get the motherfuckers out of there, man. They need terms.
Well,
I think our
agreed.
government has turned
Term
into
limits,
a
agreed.
damn just circus, man. It's a circus. They're not working together anymore.
Hell no. They ain't even trying to. It's like
Anymore?
I didn't watch it.
I think they at least tried in the past, or at least made it look like to the
In
American
the past, you do
people
realize we went
that
through a
they were
civil war in
trying.
this country and a
Right.
revolution.
Okay, I'm
So-
talking after, yeah, that
Right,
was a
'cause
long
I'm like,
time
what
ago
the hell are
compared
you
to
There's a
what
lot
our
of
government
turbulent
is.
shit.
I mean,
This ain't that bad.
The Confederacy was only around a few years. Like, it wasn't around
no,
forever.
Ramo, stop while you
I
were
was
here.
saying there were a lot of
Stop while you
turbulent
were here.
times in American
Shit went
history.
around
This is-
longer than that.
I mean, this is.
But back to the point.
Yeah, back
to the point. It was like I didn't watch it. I just saw some little stuff on Twitter, and I'm looking at like what's the one chick that was once a Democrat, Kirsten Sinema. This bitch showing up looking like goddamn Big Bird. Like bitches ain't the goddamn Met Gala. Dress accordingly to you in fucking Congress, and to make it even worse, she a fucking weirdo because she go from Democrat to independent, whatever. But to do some old slimy shit, and then you got the what's that little the Republican chick with the mule face. That Marjorie Taylor Greene, that hoe, she up here yelling, just yelling, doing the shit like, look, you ain't gotta like the president or his policies. I get it.
Yeah.
We don't either. But get that motherfucker his respect though.
Let's listen to some of the highlights.
Situation, the respect it deserves.
Let's listen to some highlights or some lowlights, depending on how you look at it. But here is the Republicans booing Joe Biden at the State of the Union.
Some of my Republican friends
Does he have
want to
friends?
take the economy hostage. I get it, unless I agree to their economic plans.
Mm-hmm.
All of you at home should know what those plans are.
You should.
Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority.
That's like a line in a diss track. He took a straight jab at him. I ain't mad at him for that.
Contact my office.
I ain't mad at him for that.
Copy.
I give him 10 gold stars for that. Call their ass out in their face.
They were booing and calling him out as a liar. The Republicans, of course,
liars,
that's hilarious.
our Fox News correspondent.
Of
Let's go
course.
to Tomcat.
Yeah,
what are
you
your
watch
thoughts?
it. What did you see?
That
on
was great.
Tell us.
I'm not going to be introed like that.
I wish I'm mad I didn't watch
They
it.
got
I could do whole commentary on that State of the Union last night if I would have watched that shit. That's fucking
If I would have
insane.
watched it.
I would have watched that shit if I knew they would clown like that. They are showing their asses.
I got another soundbite here. Here he's talking about how we are in better position than we've been in decades to compete with China. Let's hear it.
Today, we're in the strongest position in decades to compete with China or anyone else in the world. Anyone else in the world.
The military didn't clap. They like that one.
I'm committed to work with China where we can advance American interests and benefit the world, but make no mistake about it. As we made clear last week, if China threatens our sovereignty, we will act to protect our country, and we did.
Yeah, we shot that balloon down.
We did what America always does at our best. We led. We united NATO. We built a global coalition. We stood against Putin's aggression. We stood with the Ukrainian people. Tonight, we're once again joined by Ukrainian's ambassador to the United States. She represents not just her nation.
I'm done listening.
I don't think those were words right there.
He's blind.
Those last four were not
It's like
words.
he got dentures or something, and they came
He
like
probably
kind of
does.
loose a little bit.
Dude, he's 130 years old.
I mean, he's pretty up there, man. It's about time him to go ahead and
I think
call
he's
it a
actually
day.
doing pretty good for being that old,
He is.
man. Holy
He's doing
shit.
great.
He's
Could
fucking
you
old.
imagine dealing
Being
with
that
all
old,
that
but-
shit, dude?
Remember
Yeah.
all you think they got him hopped
I
up
mean,
on
you
like
know
some
what?
juice though?
But you know what? See, and I'm
probably
glad
needs it.
I'm glad he said what he said to the fucking Republicans because the
They
Democrat-
always say that.
No,
They're going to take away your Social Security and Medicare.
Well,
That's
no.
why they jumped up, because they always say that, and they're not gonna.
I'm talking. Nate,
That's
fuck
why
off.
they're
already
like,
going
No,
away.
I'm talking about kill that
They've
noise.
already done it.
I'm
No.
talking. No, listen, hold on. Hear me out.
It's,
Okay.
it's
No,
Okay,
hold
all
on.
right.
Hear me out. Kill that noise. I'm talking about just actually just.
Wait a
talking,
minute.
talking
This is the
shit.
first time I really
Like
said
talking
anything
shit.
about this. You've been going on and on. You're going to be like,
Yeah,
kill that
hell yeah.
noise.
Yeah,
I've
kill
sat
that
quietly
noise.
and listened to you.
Hell yeah,
Listen,
kill that
I'm trying
noise.
to be polite here, but
Kill that
bro,
noise.
listen, if we want to start yelling over each other, we can.
Yeah, kill that noise.
Listen,
Nah,
So
but it's
your
just
point
funny,
is-
though,
respectful
man.
here.
It's funny, man.
Gentry, what were you getting at?
Well, there was one thing that both parties agreed upon at the
Right.
State of the Union, and that
Okay.
was the stand on police reform. That was, I think, the one topic that Biden brought up, and you saw both sides clap.
Yeah.
So I guess we all can agree that this country at least needs to have some reform with our police department, because I think our deputies out there, for their sake, they need to be better trained and better equipped
Most
to be able
definitely.
to take on things in the field. So we
For
don't,
their sake.
Definitely.
Wait a minute.
So we-
let's
so
let's
for
pause there for
everybody's sake.
Let's pause
well, for
there.
their own sake.
Let's pause there
Sure.
for a second.
The police need to be better-
Explain what you mean by their sake. I'm
be-
just
be-
curious to know what is it that they need reform for their sake and not the people.
Well, because I think that's such a small percentage of police
It is
officers
not.
that are acting bad.
It is not.
I think so. When you look at the overall number of how many interactions do the police have with human beings in a day across the country, and we hear about one a quarter, which is too much, where there's police brutality. I'm sure it happens more often than that. But I think for the police's public image, and so that we don't see these videos like the Tyree Nichols videos and the Rodney King videos and these types of things, they need to be trained better. They need to be vetted
Well,
better.
let me.
agree.
Well,
They need to
how
have-
do- well,
for
how
their
do you-
own
how
sake.
do you reform a system that has been broken for over 100 years? That is, you cannot quick fix something that's been damaged
Well, it's not
and,
gonna be quick.
and built for the wrong reasons. First off, people don't understand the police was created to catch slaves. That's why the police was created in this country, to go catch runaway slaves.
you know there were police before there were slaves.
No, they. How the fuck were they police before slaves? TK. This land was Native American people. They didn't need police.
Well,
Until
Alden,
it-
let me can I say
until
something?
the-
Can I
until
say
the-
something?
until
Can I finish?
colonizers.
Can I
Go
say
ahead,
one thing?
go ahead.
Or you want me to just let you talk the whole time?
I mean, if you give me space.
Well, there never were even slaves out west. So there were police out west where there weren't slaves.
There were
so
sheriffs.
Yeah, that as time was developing is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. You know people that migrated west. That was way slavery
police
was done
and
at
slavery
that time.
are not linked.
Are you kidding? Have
I'm
you?
just going to say that.
Are you kidding? Have you done any research? Trust me, I'm a history major. I researched this shit for years, man.
Okay, well then you apparently didn't know there was no slavery out west ever, and that there was policing.
Everybody
policing
knows
out west, which would mean that there's policing minus the slavery in America.
That point
out west.
Your point is like, fuck, dude. What are you talking about?
That is not a response.
No,
So,
because
can I say something?
no. Wait,
All right,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
Because you can't say there were no police out west. What are you talking about?
I didn't say that.
We talking about slavery and how
You
the
said there
police
were no
was start-
slaves out west.
Slavery was
Everybody
not
know there were
out
no
west.
slaves out
I think
west.
there's been slaves everywhere.
No,
No.
they were not no slave. The far west, the slaves was Texas. No further than that. What do you like? I'm just trying to figure out what point are you trying.
I already made it.
That was not a point. You didn't make a point. I think you just coming up with something. You making something up.
I'm saying that if slavery can exist, if
Right.
policing existed out west without slavery, then policing didn't arise in the United States just to keep slaves in
people
order.
migrated west.
People
in
needed
the
to keep their goods in order.
1800s.
They needed to keep their houses from being robbed. They still needed police for all those things minus slavery.
Do you know the time?
That's
frame?
my point.
Do you know when
Well,
slavery
they do,
started?
definitely.
Do you know what year slavery started in the United States?
No.
1619.
Yeah. It
Right.
was a long
So-
time.
1619.
Right.
People didn't start moving out west till the mid to late 1800s.
Right?
Slavery between 1619
Again, but
and when people started moving west, they were already policing slaves that were running away.
Sure, but you're saying they didn't need police for anything else but that?
No, I'm saying why the police was started.
Yeah,
you missed the
you
whole
just said
point.
that.
Who
You just
cares
said
about
that.
what happened out west? We know they had sheriffs and shit
I'm
out
saying
west.
that policing
and
was
bounty
not
hunters.
started to keep slaves in order. That's not why it was started. You're saying it was.
I won't disagree with any of the facts you just laid out. Obviously, you know what you're talking about. I've heard such things as well. What my point of it is moving forward. I think it's a system that can be fixed the right way with the right people in charge.
What's
And
the
that
right
means-
way?
That means inclusion. That means everybody's involved in
And you know,
decision making.
very few people had the money to own slaves.
What
So not
Gentry-
everyone had a slave.
And like what Gentry said,
It wasn't just a person
TK,
and they had a
if you-
slave right next
TK,
to them.
if you don't know anything about slavery, you should not talk about it.
I'm sitting here telling you something about it that's a fact.
That is not a fact.
That
What are
is
you
a
talking-
fact. Only the rich people had slaves. I've been
What?
listening to y'all quietly. I'm
Sure.
going to say what I'm going to say, and you're going to hear what I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
And that's
We're
what
not
I
shutting you
said.
down, but I'm also we hearing you. out,
I'd like to say something.
But I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
that
Can
what
I
I
you're
just
say
want to
saying
be able to
is
make my
false.
points when I make them
Okay.
and not being
I'm just
shouted
saying-
down all the time.
I'm just
All right.
saying it's false, man.
Thank you.
Can I say
saying it's
something,
false.
please?
Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead.
All I want to say is that you guys have now derailed the show because we had on today's topics, we were going to talk about face-off porn.
Right.
And you guys have completely cut into that.
Right.
And now we can't talk about it.
Sorry, man.
Damn.
So I'm fucking pissed. God damn it. I wanted to talk about face-off porn, but now we don't have time because you guys are bickering about police brutality. Let's
a big
move on
deal.
to the news because we're out of time now.
All right.
You're going to have plenty of time to talk now, newsman. Go ahead, our newsman, Tomcat. It's all you, buddy. Go ahead.
February 8th, 2023. Birthdays on February 8th. Vince Neil, the rocker, 61
nice.
years old.
Cool.
James Dean, dead, so he doesn't have an age.
Oh.
Project Pat.
What?
Project Pat 36
Oh, wow.
Mafia.
My dog.
49.
Big Pat, what's up?
Kimbo
man?
Slice,
Ooh.
also deceased.
That's right.
A lot of dead people.
Cecily Strong of Saturday Night Live. She's 38 today. So happy birthday to all the birthdays. We had a big earthquake in Turkey and Syria.
Oh yeah,
I heard about
that's
that.
horrible.
Lots
dude.
of people died.
More than 11,000 people are dead. The earthquake is the world's deadliest seismic event since 2011.
Police aren't going to be able to save you.
What was that one? Did they have it?
This one was a 7.8 magnitude, so
That
it would have
was
been bigger than
crazy.
that.
7.8. That's
More than 30,000 people injured.
Jeez.
It was Monday morning that this happened, and
at
the
least they
death
didn't have
toll
to
is
go to work.
expected to rise, obviously, as they catch more survivors
terrible.
underneath the rubble. On a much lighter note, More than $300 million worth of Batman's cocaine found floating in the Pacific Ocean.
Sweet.
Batman.
Can I get some?
That's right, because it
Bruce
had
Wayne.
Batman.
That's how the Waynes got all their
labels.
wealth. They slanging that. Yay.
That's right. New Zealand police say Discovery appeared destined for Australia. The packages were strung up with buoys and some labeled with a Batman symbol.
Nice.
What happened to this shit? Well, authorities say 81 bales of the cocaine, which according to Reuters is estimated to be worth about $320 million, has been returned to New Zealand where it will be destroyed. Sorry, Ramo. No arrests have been made yet, but the investigation remains ongoing.
I didn't be
Whoever's
on that
cocaine
team.
that was, they pissed.
Somebody's dying.
Somebody is dying.
Do you know what a lunar is?
Like the moon.
A lunar is people with a fetish for being inside inflatable pool toys.
What?
Being inside of them?
That's right. Inflatable fetishes are all over the internet, often popping up, no pun intended, as subset for other kinks, which is kinky shit. Perhaps most commonly, they're lunars is what they're called. People with an erotic interest in balloons, popping them, humping them, or watching someone else do either.
Losers.
Lunar content is a huge category in the porn industry, especially popular with people who order custom videos from models.
That's
Interesting.
Yep. So they say it can get a little bit dicey because people are putting themselves inside the balloons now, and some people are dying, is what's happening here. They said, and then there are those who like to get inside of the inflatable toys. It's very risky and can easily result in death. But some people
How do you get
off on that
inside?
danger.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. How do you do that?
They blow it up and then they pop themselves inside it. They have all these videos online of people doing it.
That's weird.
That's
So we're talking about the Super Bowl and other Super Bowl news. Do you know who Anna Faris is?
yes.
Anna Faris. She was in the Scary Movie. She's the blonde lead in the Scary Movies. She's bearing all for a Super Bowl commercial. Anna Faris, an American actress, rose to prominence in her work for comedic roles such as Scary Movie. The 46-year-old actress is opening up her risque ad for avocados from Mexico.
Nice.
You're going to be completely naked?
She's gonna have like the fruit and the avocados and shit kind of around her.
Didn't
So she won't be
Janet
completely
Jackson
naked.
get canceled for
what's
doing
the
that?
so what's the point? I mean, it's a waste of time. They could have did something else. Boo.
Oh, it depends.
You're running
Are
out
they
of
gonna be
time,
like
Tomcat.
this?
You got anything else?
I don't know. I love avocados.
Me too.
She could do some guacamole, put some like guac on her nipples.
Put some salsa on her
And get
hoo-ha.
some, get some guac down there in a hoo-ha.
You go down there and
That's the
clean
news.
it up with some chips.
Yep.
But
Well, that was a pretty good show, guys.
Yeah, I liked it.
Unfortunately,
TK.
we didn't get to celebrity
Thank you.
face swap porn. We'll have to save that for next week.
Okay,
Thanks to
I'm concerned
TK
that you
in
wanted to
Memphis.
talk about porn. Oh, Raymond, don't even start. Your ass always hijacking the goddamn
what are
show.
you talking about? I didn't even say nothing. I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
I barely got a word in edgewise.
Well, sorry.
Well, everybody, enjoy the Super Bowl. Our thoughts and prayers are with the folks in Turkey that
Yes.
have been affected
Yes,
by
most
the
Syria as
definitely.
well.
Syria, the big earthquake. That's scary stuff. You just never know. All of a sudden, the ground starts shaking, and
Exactly.
I saw a couple
You can
videos
hide
from
from
it
a
really bad.
Fucking hurricane comes flying up your ass.
at least you
God.
know a hurricane's coming. The earthquake.
And then you got
Earthquake
the
is just, yeah.
what is the cyclone that comes right behind it too if you're on the coast.
tsunami.
Yes, that's what it is.
Oh yeah, tsunami. Yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
And then the
Prayers up.
Batman cocaine comes popping out of the ocean.
I need that.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Outcast podcast. We appreciate our sponsor, BetterHelp.com/Outcast. You can save 10% on your first month service. It's definitely made Memphis a better person, although today I think he's going to need a little therapy after getting into it with Tomcat.
I know, right?
Calm his ass
I
down.
talked to her later on today
Civil War
anyway,
II.
so.
Good Lord.
Thanks to Jay and Jay back in the research and camera crew, the technical directors. See you next week.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Later.
Jackass.
That's him cleaning up the guacamole.